guys, it's Camille and welcome back, finally, to another episode of The Amateur's Journey. Finally! Now, I know it's been a while since I last uploaded anything to the channel, and I finished making this particular custom several months ago, actually. I've just been trying to find the time to finish filming anything, and there will be an update video explaining as to why. But for right now, let us just cherish the moment that I finally released a video, and it's a video I have been really anticipating releasing. Like, you guys have no idea how happy I am with this particular doll. And today's doll was made possible by nothing but pure passion. Pure passion and nothing else. She's not needed for a stop motion or anything. She was just made solely for the purpose of fun. You have no idea, like, the amount of inspiration, if you will, that I had to create this doll. It was unbelievable. This is the textbook meaning of a passion project, and that's literally what this doll is. I was literally just so inspired and driven by this particular character and the challenges that would present themselves to me when it came time to make this doll. I just had to do it. I just had to do it. And it was so totally worth it. So, with all of that being said, let's talk The Walking Dead. The AMC television series The Walking Dead has very quickly become one of my favorites as of recently. If that wasn't already apparent enough with my zombie doll that I created and a doll dressed up like Negan in last year's Halloween video. And I know what you're thinking, wow, you actually like the show? Yeah, I know, I'm surprised too. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but you know what? I watched it and I thoroughly enjoy it, surprisingly, given the kind of content that I present to you guys and how girly I am. It's kind of shocking I enjoy it as much as I do. Like, really shocking. The number of memorable characters in this show are too many to count. We've got badass protagonists like Rick Grimes, Daryl Dixon, Michonne, Carol, Glenn. We got Maggie, Aaron, Rosita, Abraham. We've also got Rick's son, Carl! I'm sorry, many characters, many of them happen to be my personal favorites, have been killed off brutally in this show. So, yeah. The show also has some badass villains, like we've got the Governor, Shane, Negan and his baseball bat Lucille. We cannot neglect Negan's right-hand man, Simon, too. Simon is of utmost importance. But the character that today's video will be focused on is on the show's newest baddie, Alpha. In the 9th season of the show, we were introduced to the Whisperers and their leader, Alpha. Alpha, to put it bluntly, is one scary bitch. What makes her so intimidating is that, unlike the Governor, Shane, and Negan, and maybe Simon, Alpha was already screwed up before the apocalypse. Really think about that. The Governor, Shane, Negan, and Simon were all normal guys, probably dicks before the apocalypse, but then as soon as it hit, they were all broken in some way by it. Alpha didn't need any breaking because she was already broken. Her people that are called the Whisperers follow the belief that the society that we once knew is dead. So rather than try to rebuild what once was, they instead live amongst the dead, skinning the walkers and wearing their skin like masks to avoid being eaten. Their outlook on life is to live like animals, so much so they don't even go by their real names, with the exception of one. Think of this group like a pack of wolves. A wolf pack has a leader called an alpha, and a second in command, if you will, called a beta, which is Alpha's right-hand man, who is actually even more terrifying, but we're not going to go into that water yet. To keep this video as lighthearted as possible, like most of my content, let's just say that Alpha has done some pretty screwed up crap in this series. Even in the comic books where this show was based upon, it's much worse. She constantly abuses her daughter Lydia. She's allowed the male followers of the group abuse her daughter. She's killed dozens with no mercy, both from her group and outside of her group. Committed one of the biggest mass murders of the show thus far, and something that I think only the show added in, and it's not in the comics, but I could be wrong, nearly let walkers eat a baby. And it's a baby from her group.
They'll laugh with the dad and still live in silence. The mother can't quieten the child. And the dad will. Natural selection.
Again, to put it bluntly, she is unbelievably screwed up. But also in a way, she's extremely complex. Her weakness, surprisingly, is her daughter, and she seems to be in this power struggle with herself. Hell, she killed one of her followers when they saw her cry. She's also the only female baddie to originate from the comic books. The other evil ladies that are on the TV series were not from the comic books. Alpha is the OG. And with all of that in mind, I felt inspired to recreate her in doll form. And what a fitting time to release this video, given that Season 10's release date is in a couple of months. So, let's make Alpha. As far as dolls go, I decided to use this basic curvy Barbie doll. Why curvy? In the series, Alpha does have some curves on her, and I wanted to get as close to the actress's body proportions as possible. Now, the main challenge with Alpha is that she's a bald character, and as we all know, bald Barbies, as well as just bald fashion dolls in general, have holes drilled into their heads to show where the hair was rooted. We're gonna fix that because we don't need any holy heads here. Most doll artists will use epoxy sculpt. Me? I haven't got the time, patience, or money to do that. One quick trip to Hobby Lobby later and I got this air dry clay. I mean, this should work, right? I thoroughly read the instructions and begin to work on creating Alpha's scalp. So, this clay doesn't really stick to vinyl heads that well, as I'm starting to learn, but we'll make it work. We're gonna make it work. It will work with great skill and determination. To blend the clay with the vinyl as closely as possible, I sand her new scalp. Considering the issues I have with this, not bad. But I do see me purchasing epoxy sculpt in the near future should I ever want to do any body modifications to a doll again. You want to know what's harder than sculpting her scalp? Having to color match her skin. For some reason, it took many different shades of flesh colors and peach colors and nude colors to try and match this doll's skin as closely as possible. It's not the greatest, but all the dirt she's going to be receiving will help this quite a bit. Yes, you heard me right, dirt. Now, in the comics, Alpha isn't drawn to appear filthy or grimy, she's actually really clean. The TV show took some liberties and made her look terrifyingly nasty. And honestly, I like the dirty approach better. It's more realistic. I mean, you spend 10 years living among the dead, wearing walker skins 24/7, eating worms and shit. Chances are you're gonna be dirty and icky and smelling horrible. Taking this very rough brush, I aggressively cover her with a mixture of gray and black chalk pastel. I have reference pictures from the show as a guide to evenly distribute the muck and guck, if you will. Afterwards, it's time to work on the face. Because of all the pastel around her eye area, I go in immediately with a black pencil because it's easier for me to see. Alpha doesn't have a whole lot of color to her in regards to just like her entire appearance. It's primarily just blacks and grays. But her actress, Samantha Morton, has some beautiful bright blue eyes. Like, those eyes are sapphires. In fact, her eyes stand out in the show because of how blue they are. And they're so pretty, like, honestly. I want to try and recreate that with the doll, so I have a variety of blue paints and some blue watercolor pencils to use to give Alpha some lovely blue eyes. After a bit, Alpha's face is complete. Now, Barbie heads are so much harder to repaint compared to Ever After High or Monster High because of how tiny they are, but personally, I think Alpha looks fantastic. And I think I achieved the goal of making her eyes stand out compared to the rest of her. Now to work on her outfit. Alpha's ensemble of clothing in the show consists of black jeans, boot, a very fancy belt, blame this close-up, and this top. I can only describe this top as a top with layers. Lots of them. Like an onion. And I haven't got a whole lot of black fabric on me, and I really don't want to spend any money, so we're going to utilize what black fabric we have. To also rough up the shirt a bit, I did go at it with scissors and razors and just making it look like it's been worn. I did sew a pair of pants for her to begin with, but they clashed far too much with her top. In fact, it almost looked like a one-piece. And that's not what I wanted. So instead, I managed to find a pair of Barbie jeans I had laying around and modify them to fit her. After making the belt off camera, I decided to call the doll pretty much done. At the time you're seeing this and the recording of this dialogue, I've been working on creating her belt buckle since the belt is literally just a ribbon right now and the belt buckle is not even there. And I have to get her boots and I'm on the hunt trying to find them and maybe I might attempt to make them. But I called her complete enough to where I was comfortable taking pictures and calling her good and just posting it on the internet. So for right now, this doll is complete. And that was Alpha, everybody. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. What do you guys think of her? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Have any of you guys watched The Walking Dead? If so, who's your favorite character? I would tell you mine, but I don't have a favorite. I have many. So, thank you guys for watching. If you want to check out the last episode of The Amateur's Journey, which is my mini-me, I'll leave that over here somewhere. I always have a hard time trying to figure out where these little blocks are going to go when I actually add them to the video. So, this general area, if you want to see the last stop motion I made, which is gaming, I'm going to leave that up here. And if you guys haven't already, and if you want to, you can subscribe to my channel right up over in this area. Please let it be in this area. If you guys happen to have any questions about any of my videos at all, be sure to let me know in the comments. I will reply. I'll see you real soon. Bye!